Hi everyone. As your commencement speaker, I'd like to congratulate everyone for making it to the finish line and completing your degrees. That's no small accomplishment, and I think that everyone deserves to give themselves a pat on the back for making it this far. When I reflect on my experience at St. Vincent, I can't help but feel extremely grateful that I ended up here instead of any other college. As a chemistry major, I can say that I'm glad that I ended up at a school with nice labs, updated instrumentation, and I have access to pretty much any chemical I want. We have a really good chemistry department, and I feel like I shouldn't have a problem being hired after I graduate. Because the school has equipped me with the tools that I need to be a decent chemist and be prepared to enter the workforce. But also, there's something about the community that's just so incredibly supportive. All the faculty are very nice, willing to work with you. They care about their students. It's just something you wouldn't get anywhere, well, not anywhere, but in most places. And I think part of the reason why is there's this big emphasis on the Catholic social tradition and charity. And charity is this love that is given and received. It's through this friendship of charity and helping others less fortunate than us and putting love into action that we're able to grow as people and strengthen our communities with the gifts that we've been given and the education that we've been given. And I think that's part of what's distinctive about St. Vincent is that they actually encourage us to use what we've learned to help other people. And so for my service project, I volunteered at Club Fred. It's an after-school program for kids in the Latrobe area, and I have to say, I learned a lot from that experience, and I'm really grateful that this class had a service project because I don't think I would have even heard about this place or started volunteering there if I hadn't had to do a service project. And so I really, really enjoyed spending time with the kids. At first I was really nervous that they wouldn't like me or that they would be super mean and judgmental or whatever, but I really had nothing to worry about. They were all very friendly and welcoming, and I even had some kids that would just randomly run up to me and hug me for no reason, so that was neat. I got to play kickball for the first time in probably a decade, so that was new. I wouldn't have played kickball spontaneously by myself or with my friends, but it was fascinating to see how energetic those kids were. They put in 100% effort into anything, whether it was kickball, twister, arts and crafts, reading in front of the class. Everything was just, they just feel their emotions so intensely about everything. And I forgot about that. When I was young, I was like that too, but I just forgot about it after getting up there in age. Something that stuck with me that one of the volunteers told me who was running the program, she told us, my friend and I, that it means the world to the kids to have that one-on-one attention, to have an adult sitting there and talking to them or listening or playing games or doing arts and crafts. And I thought about that a lot, and the more that I thought about it, the more that I thought, gee, these kids probably don't have that much stability in their lives. And so I tried to go every week so I could be some sort of stability there, so they would have some sort of consistency. And I don't mean for that to sound grandiose, but I just wanted to be someone who would show up for them, even if I couldn't be there every week. I tried to. But yeah, something that I really enjoyed about the service project was that it helped me kind of not think about myself as much. When you're spending time with kids and you're the adult, you have to make sure that they're not, I don't know, poking each other's eyes out or jumping off, I don't know, not hurting each other. And so that forces you to focus less on what am I doing, and more on like, what is Timmy doing? Is he gonna jump off that chair? Or does Timmy have his homework done? Did he eat dinner? That sort of thing. And in that respect, I learned a lot from the kids, and I'm just really grateful that I had that experience, because it helped bring my minds off some things when the semester got a little bit rough. Like, back in February, my dad passed away, and that was really difficult, but spending time with those kids was good for me, because it forced me to get out of the house and do things and exercise when I probably wouldn't have. So I'm very grateful for that. So that's about it for my speech. I'd like to end off by encouraging everyone to, use your gifts that you've been given at St. Vincent, and use your education to, do something good, help your community, because in the end, there's this concept that I learned at a summer camp. It's called living your dash. So on your headstone, what's gonna be on there is your name, your date of birth, and then your date of death. And really, what's important on that is the dash in between, like say 2000 whatever to 2000 whatever. What's important is what happened in between, because no one's going to, at the end of their life, no one's going to think, wow, I'm so grateful that I made that much money, or I'm so happy that I did, I don't know, that I drove the fanciest sports car. But what's really going to matter is what you did with that time in between. And so I'd encourage all of you to think about that. Like, what are you going to do with your dash? What are you going to do with the gifts you were given here? And how are you going to use that to help your community and help other people, other than maybe getting a promotion or, I don't know, making money? Not that that's not important, but you know what I mean. Again, congratulations, everyone, and I hope that you enjoyed your time at St. Vincent. Congratulations.